Okay, so the first thing that you'll need for your at-home acid base indicator is red cabbage. I know it's called red cabbage, but it looks more purple. Even the acid base indicator that you'll make looks more purple, but you want to cut off just a chunk with that chunk of red cabbage. You're gonna chop it up really nice and into small pieces. Just be careful using a knife as always, you guys. So again, just going to cut it into small pieces. It'll make it harder to strain, but if you have a strainer or a colander, then it's a little easier to get all the chunks of red cabbage out from this. Just still chopping it up. You're going to want to put this in a larger container, and then you're going to put hot water into it, kind of like you're making a tea. And then from there, you'll separate it into smaller containers depending on how many things you'd like to test, whether it's an acid or a base. So here is all my cabbage, probably more than you need. So this is the container I'm going to use, nothing fancy. I'm going to just grab handfuls of this and pour it in. Then I'll use this, the hot water to make my red cabbage pH indicator, and then I'll let it soak, make sure it's nice and purple. Then I'm going to use the strainer or colander, whatever you guys call it, to separate out the red cabbage pieces. We don't want those in our pH indicator. Okay, so I have some hot water here. It should be like almost boiling water. This is 1 cup. It's not going to be enough. I just grabbed this cup because it's nice. It has this little crease, I guess, in the top of the cup in order to get to nicely pour it, because I'm super prone to spilling. So I'm just gonna pour this over the cabbage. It's gonna start to smell, you guys. I'm gonna swish it around and I'm gonna get more water. But yes, it'll start to smell. I'm warning you now. Okay, here's my 2nd cup of water. I'm going to pour it in. I'm going to let it stir. I want to let this sit for a little bit of time in order to make sure that I get a nice purple color. Just let the mixture sit for a bit. Let it cool off as well before you start to pour it into smaller containers to test each of your at-home samples that you have that you want to test, okay? If you want to take a spoon, you can take a spoon and kind of just stir the mixture around. The water, you guys can kind of see, is starting to turn purple. I would stir it a little bit and then just let it sit for a little longer. I say, 5 to 10 minutes is perfect, okay? Okay, I've let my mixture sit long enough. I'm going to take my mixture, the cup that I used that had hot water before, because again, I really like that it has this spout, and my strainer. My strainer doesn't exactly fit to my cup, so I'm hoping I don't make a mess. Be careful and try not to make a mess in your parents' kitchen. Also, if this is still hot, this mixture, and you're using a metal strainer like mine, be careful because metal conducts heat. This will get warm depending on how warm this is, okay? So I'm going to slowly pour it in, and hopefully, again, I don't make a mess. I'm making a mess. I'm making a mess. Oh, well. I'll clean it up. So you can see that the indicator's a nice purple color, like I wanted. Okay, 1 cup should be more than enough. Nice purple color, okay? Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to separate it into 4 different containers because I want to test 4 different at-home household products, okay? So I have the 4 things I'm going to test out. I'm going to test out some orange juice, which should be acidic, coffee, already brewed. I brewed some this morning, so I'm going to use some of that. My face wash that I use, and then dog shampoo, because I thought, why not try out some dog shampoo? See how that works out and see what it does. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my mixture that I got here into 4 different containers. Then I'm going to slowly add orange juice into one of the containers and look for a color change. Then I'm going to slowly add the coffee into another container and see if I have a color change. Same with the face wash, a separate container, and in my last container, the dog shampoo, okay? It says pH balance, so we'll see if there's a color change or not. Something I recommend, one, using clear containers. These are plastic cups that are disposable. I know that we try not to use plastic, but these are nice because they break down and are plant-based type plastic. They're compostable, I guess is the best term to use. But yeah, label each of them and keep them labeled. That way you know what sample you tested or what at-home product you tested. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of my indicator in each one. Kind of divide it evenly into each cup. Like so. You don't need a lot for this, you guys. You might need a lot if you're testing a lot of different things. So I'm only testing 4. So here are my 4 samples. I'm going to slowly add orange juice to this one, slowly add coffee, slowly add face wash, slowly add dog shampoo, and look to see if I get a color change. Depending on what you're using, you get a really nice color change. Some of them are pretty boring, but we'll see what we get. I'm going to use the same cup. I rinsed it out, but again, I like it because it pours really nicely, and I'm going to put just a little bit of orange juice in here. And I'm going to slowly add it to my orange juice cup and see if I get a color change. You might want to stir. Having a spoon around might be handy, but I'm going to put a little bit. Okay. See that there's a slight color change. I'm going to swirl it around since I didn't grab a spoon. And you can see it's kind of like a hot pink compared to the original color. I'm going to add just a little more. So maybe we can get a nice vibrant color. There we go. Still that hot pink, okay? Okay, now for my coffee one, I use that same container, again, because I really like how it pours. I just rinsed it out from that orange juice that I had in there before. And I'm going to slowly pour this in to my mixture. I'm going to pour a little, then I'm going to swirl. Looks like we're getting a brownish color. I'm going to add just a little more and see what happens. It looks like it's changing. I'm wondering if it's because of the coffee. I'm going to swirl it around some more. And it just looks pretty brown, honestly. Maybe the color of the coffee kind of took over the pH indicator. I have some leftover pH indicator, so I might try this again. Okay, for my face wash, I definitely grabbed a spoon because it's something creamier. I'm going to take my shampoo bottle, open it up. Uh-oh, some water came out. And I'm going to do a small little squeeze into it. And I'm going to stir. Getting a little soapy. I'm going to take some more. Maybe a bigger squirt and stir it around some more and see if I get a color change. It looks like it's getting lighter. Stirring, trying not to spill. That's why it's a good idea when you pour the indicator, you don't fill it all the way up to the top. That way, if you do stir something or if you do need to swirl it, it doesn't get it doesn't spill over. So this is the original color, this is the one we have. Slight difference in the two. Okay, the last one I'm going to do, again, I'm going to use a spoon for it, is this dog shampoo. I haven't gotten too many crazy color changes, so I might try one more thing, bleach, and see what that does. But for now, the dog shampoo. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to stir it. It said this, oh wow, okay. The dog shampoo was advertised as being pH neutral, but if it truly was pH neutral, this shouldn't have created a color change. And look at that pink color that came out of it. I can compare this to my chart and see whether it's more acidic or basic, but I already know if it's turning pink, that means that the soap is slightly acidic. This is a really nice pink, but yeah. I'll try bleach in one more cup. Okay, I'm gonna slowly pour some in. Ooh, see that color change? I'm gonna keep pouring because it looks kind of nice. Be careful, you guys. Bleach is a chemical. Don't want to really play around too much with it or spill it, but this is what the bleach did. A nice blue. Okay, so we can compare each of our samples to the pH indicator chart and see what we have, if it's an acid or a base. So this was the bleach. Dog shampoo was this one. Face wash here, my face wash. Orange juice, and then my coffee. Okay, so you can try what you want at home. Just make sure that if you do try things, you don't mix chemicals together. So only put one household item into one container with the red cabbage indicator. Okay.